So now guys, let us start. So today we'll move with the key concepts of Databricks. Okay. Prior to that, I will just brush it up once, and then we'll move with the the key skills and the things which is required to start up all those things, the structure, how the structure, key structure is, how it works. Everything we'll discuss it today. Even I'll show you how to start the even the session and everything, so that we can start the practicals. So guys, before this, let's brush it up once. Okay, so guys, here we have it. Okay, the Azure Databricks. So the Azure Databricks here, actually the Azure Databricks ADB. So here we have what? Azure Databricks. Databricks. So B should be small. Okay, Azure Databricks. So whereas the Azure Databricks is nothing but, this is a service, guys. It is a service, whereas this is nothing but a cloud service, not a normal service. This is a cloud service, guys. It's a cloud service. Okay. It's a cloud service. Basically, this is a cloud service. This is a cloud service which is provided by the Microsoft. Provided by the Microsoft to perform the job of data summarization. Data summarization. To perform the job of data summarization. Wherein to perform this job of data summarization, here we have a technique. What is the technique we call it here, guys? So we have a technique that we call it here as what? ETL or ELT. ETL or ELT. ETL or ELT. Where ETL stands for what, guys? We have already discussed. Please, all of you, I want the session to be a bit interactive, guys. So it is nothing but extraction.
Transformation and load.
Yes, very good. So extraction, transformation, and loading. So this is an olden technique we've been using since very long, and now basically now they are now they are implementing even the ELT also. So extraction, loading. First of all, extract the data, load the data. Then later you decide how to transform it. So basically, transformation. Okay, extraction, loading, and transformation. These both are supported here by the Azure Databricks, both the techniques, whether it is ETL or ELT. Okay, guys. So whether it is ETL or ELT, basically we require two things here. What's it? The first one we require it here as a source. Guys, everyone, we require the source. And the next one we require it as a target. We require it as what? Target. These are the two things we require it for the process of ETL. That is called a source and the target. Source and the target, guys. Wherein the source here is nothing but, the source is nothing but, what is it? Source. Source is nothing but the source of data, we can say. Source is nothing but what? Source of data. Okay. So now, guys, tell me what is the source of data you have it? Source of receiving the data. Source of data means what? Source of receiving the data or source of getting the data. So obviously, we have discussed already yesterday that the source of data is nothing but, basically we get the data from the business only. Basically, we get the data from what's it? Business only. Obviously, we'll receive the data in the following forms. What's it? We get the data in the form of files. We get the data in the form of what is it? Databases. We get the data in the form of databases. Even apart from this, we get the data from the live streaming as a source. Okay, live streaming data. Live streaming data, everything we get it. Okay, so these are all the sources of data, we can say. Whereas whatever this data you have it, the data which you receive it from all these sources, basically this data is nothing but, it is called as what, guys? It is called as the big data. It is called as what, guys? Big data. Big data means what? Huge and massive amount of data. Huge and massive amount of data is called as what? Big data. Huge and massive amount of data is called as what? Big data. Huge and massive amount of data is called as what? Big data. So huge data, you can say huge data. for your understanding, I can say like that. So now guys, when you talk about the big data, tell me what are the categories into which the big data is classified into? How many types of big data we can have? We can have the following types of big data. The first one is called as what, guys? Structured data. The first one is called as what? Structured data, guys. So when we talk about the structured data, okay, when we talk about the structured data, guys, when we talk about the structured data is nothing but okay, structured data is nothing but the data which we receive it in the form of a table, where table is a collection of what, guys? Can you tell me? Table is a collection of what? Rows and columns. Yes, guys, I want an interactive session. So here, what is that we have it? The source of data, guys, everyone. Here you have what's it? ETL. ETL requires two things, that is the source and the target. Source is nothing but what? Source of data. Wherein the source of data, guys, wherein the source of data we have what's that? The following are the sources of data we can have it. What's that? That is, we can have the data from the following. What's that? Obviously, we get the data from business. So these files, these databases or live streaming data, we get it from various businesses. What are the business? We can say social networking sites, social networking sites, social networking, social networking. Then again, we can say banking applications. These are the various businesses from where you receive the data. Banking applications. Then apart from this, human generated data. We can also have what is that? Machine generated data. Machine generated data, human generated data. Okay, then okay, these are the major sources of getting the big data. So all this data, whatever you have it, we receive this data, and this data is recorded in the following forms. What is that? We can get the data in the form of files, we can get the data in the form of database, we can get the data as it is in the live streaming process, okay, which is called as what? Real-time data anyways. So now here you have what's that? Big data. So all the above data is called as what? Big data. That is called as a huge data, massive amount of data. And this data, whatever you have it, the massive amount of data is classified into the following. What is that? Structured data. And what is that? Structured data. Structured data means what? The proper data which you have, which we have it recorded in the form of what? Rows and columns. So for that, suppose I'm giving name, ID number, and salary. These are the three columns, wherein in the name column, I have alien, and in the ID number column, let us give it here 1905, and the salary, let us give it here as a 25,000. That's it, okay. And now again, I have the another column here. We see it as a Bobby and 1906. So here you have a 34,000. That's it. This is a salary, guys. That's it. This is nothing but the data. We call it as what? A structured data. So this data, mostly you will receive it in the form of databases. In the form of what? Databases. And hence this data is called as what? Tabular formatted data. This data is called as what? Tabular formatted data. The data which is recorded in the form of table, that is in the form of rows and columns, is called as what? Tabular formatted data. That's it. Okay. Next one. The second one we have what's that? Semi-structured data. So guys, what do you mean semi-structured data? Semi-structured data. So guys, tell me now, what do you mean by semi-structured data? Semi-structured data is nothing but the data which is basically recorded in the form of, not fully structured and not unstructured. In mid, that means we can read the data. It is human readable data. The semi-structured data is a human readable data. The semi-structured data is always a human readable data. And here the data is recorded in the form of what? JSON files, or the data is recorded in the form of HTML files, or the data is recorded in the form of what? XML files, etc. These are all the various files where we can have the semi-structured data. So I will just show you here how the data will looks like in JSON or some, okay, HTML like this. So you have a JSON. The same above row we have it, guys, everyone. The same above row I'm writing in the JSON. The data in the JSON is recorded in the form of, what is that? In the form of key value pair. In the form of key value pair. Key value pair, okay? So key value pair, guys, okay? Key value pair. So now here, the above data, whatever we have it here, see guys, I'm writing in the JSON form. So when you talk about the JSON, the data will be recorded in the JSON in the curly braces. So curly braces is, this is called as opening curly brace, and this is called as a closing curly brace. This is a, between the opening and closing curly brace, you have the data. Suppose you are writing data. So how the data recorded in the key and value pair. Key and value. What is the key? Columns are called as keys, guys. Columns are called as keys here. Value means the rows are called as values. That's it, okay? These are called as values, and the above one is called as what? Keys. So now tell me, what is the first key you have it? The first key is the name. Always make sure that the keys are recorded in the double quotes. So can you see your name is equal to, and now ALN, that's it, comma. Then you have the next one. What's that? Another one. So I'm using ID number is equal to, I'm using it, guys, everyone just close this. ID number is equal to, I'm using it 1905. So you must be getting a doubt. I've given it above in the double quotes, the this one, but here now I've not used any quotes. That means here what happens basically, when you have a character data, it is put in the quotes, and if you have numeric data, it not it will be kept as open, though the keys are kept under the quotes here. So guys, the third key, what is the third key you have it? Salary is the third key, and is equal to, what's the salary you have it? 25,000. Now guys, this is nothing but called as what? Key value pair. So this is called as semi-structured data, guys. Semi-structured data. It is called as what? Semi-structured data in the JSON form. So guys, in the same way, you have another file that is called as what? Suppose you have an XML file. How the data is written? In the XML file. The data is mostly written in the XML file in the form of, what is it? In the following forms. What is that? In the form of a tags here. These are called as tags. Opening tag. And here you have a closing tag. Opening tag is normal. Closing tag, you will have a slash here. So let us fill up the values for this one and see how does it works exactly. Okay. So now guys, you have the, okay, let us give this first one as the, let us see the name of this table. This table name is employees. Now guys, this employees will become your root. It is called as what? A root tag. It is called as what? A root tag. ROOT, root tag. And the same one, it is called as the opening root tag, and this is called as a closing root tag. And now between the root tag, you will have row tags, guys. Row tags means what? As it is, you will have a row tags. So first one, what's the row tag you have it? First row is the name. The first column is what's that? Name column. So it will be written like this, everyone. So just have a look on this. You should have an idea. That's the reason I'm just telling you. So here the name column is here, guys. Opening name column, and then you have the closing name column. So opening and closing are same, but only slash will be given here. That's it. Okay. That's it. Sorry, no quotes here. What is the value for the name? Tell me now in the first row. It is Alanna. That's it. The value is kept here like this. In the same way, guys, in the same way, we have it here, everyone. In the same way, we have it here. In the same way, we have it here. Again, what is that? So here we have it. The second column. What's the second column? You have it. The second columm. So here there is no, sorry, the second row you can say. What's the second row? The second row is, what is that? You have ID number. And now what is the value of the ID number? 1905. First row is here. So close the tag here. And now ID number. That's it. This is the way you write it. The next one, there will be no commas here, guys, everyone. Opening tag, closing tag. And here you have what's that? Salary. And the salary, let us make it here at 25,000. And now close it, the tag here, salary, that's it now. Close the tag, finished. Now this is how the data is written here. Okay. So that's it. The data is written in this tags here. Data is written in what? Tags here as it is. So whereas this is called as XML file. So this is how the data is recorded in XML file. So this is called as what? Semi-structured data. In the same way, guys, the third type of data we have it here as what? Unstructured data. We have it as what? Unstructured data. We have it as what? Unstructured data. Unstructured data. So we have what's that? Unstructured data. Where in the unstructured data, guys, we have the following. What's that? Unstructured means it is not at all, does not has any structure. Likewise, you have your photos. In your mobile phone, you have photos. In the same way, you have videos. Then you have what's that? Chat history. Chat history. Likewise, all the junk data is called as what? Guys, it is called as what? It is called as the unstructured data. So 80% of the data you will receive it as an unstructured only. The data out, whatever the data you receive it as a big data, 80% of the data will be only the junk data only. That is called as unstructured data. Only out of this huge data or whatever the data you have it, only 20% of the data you will receive it in structured and semi-structured format. Getting my point? Only this is the gap you have it. That is only 20 and 80. That means 20% you will receive it in the form of a structured or semi-structured, and 80% you will receive the data in the form of unstructured data. So based on that, as a data engineer, you have to work on the data. Getting my point? So guys, so this is nothing but basically the thing you have it. Now, whether you have all these, what is that? Structured, semi-structured, or unstructured data, this data we require to store it onto the cloud environment. For storing the data into the cloud, for storing the data onto the cloud, the Azure provides the following storages. The Azure provides the following storages. What are the storages it provides? The first, we can say what's that? Azure storages. So we can say what? Azure storages, or we can say storages in Azure. Guys, these storages are common. These storages are common for all. What is that? Whether it is ADB, ADF, or we use Synapse, or we use any other thing. For all, these are okay, guys. These are what is that? These are what is that? For all, these are common. So that means these are the common one we can say. So guys, here we have what is that? The following. What is it? Azure in storages. Okay, storages in Azure, or we can say Azure. Oh, sorry, storages in Azure. Sorry, I'm just reverting it off. So storages in Azure. What's that? Storages in Azure. So that means these are the storages in Azure. We have it. Storages in Azure. The following are the storages we have in Azure. The first one we call it here as the Azure Blob storage, guys. Blob stands for binary large object, where the blob storage can store any kind of data. Whether you have the structured data, guys, everyone. See, whether you have a structured data, whether you have a structured data, whether you have a structured data, or you have a unstructured data, or you have a semi-structured data, any kind of damn data can be recorded onto the blob storage here, where blob stands for what? Binary large object. So we can say what that? Semi-structured. Or we can say, guys, comma, unstructured. So we can use it here, what? Unstructured. Unstructured, whatever the type of data you have it, unstructured, semi-structured, and as well as the structured data can be recorded into the Azure Blob storage. In the same way, guys, we have another storage that is called as what? Azure, okay, guys, Azure Data Lake. Okay, Azure, okay, guys, the next one, what's that you have it? Azure. So Azure, what's that you have it? Data, guys, Azure Data Lake. Azure Data Lake Gen 1. But guys, I like about the Gen 1, I would like to tell you that Gen 1 is going to retire in 2024. So hence they have stopped creating and providing the services for Gen 2. Sorry, Gen 1. So we can say that the Gen 1 is going to retire in 2024. So as it is retired, it is going to retire, and for the time being, Even if it's not allowing us to create the service. So we can need not worry about this, leave it as it is. Okay. But Gen 2, that is Gen 1, whatever the data currently they're holding in Gen 1, they are recommending it, they're asking to migrate it from the data lake Gen 1 to data lake Gen 2. Okay. Data lake Gen 2. So guys, the data lake Gen 2 can also store any kind of damn data, any kind of damn data, structured, semi-structured or unstructured, whatever the type of data we have it, all the data can be recorded here as it is. That's it. Okay. The next one after this, guys, the fourth one we can say, the fourth type of storage that is called as Azure. Guys, Azure, what is that? SQL database. So we can say Azure SQL database. This is one of the storage we can say. Guys, the Azure SQL database can store, the Azure SQL database can store, the Azure SQL database can store only the what data? Only the structured data, guys. The rest of all is not supported here. Means SQL database means what? Obviously, you have a SQL. No? So when you have SQL, only the structured data, tabular formatted data, data in the form of rows and columns is, preferred. Okay, that's it. Next after this, again, you have what's that? Azure. What's that you have it? Azure Cosmos DB, guys. This is a very trending technology. Cosmos DB. The Cosmos DB. The Cosmos DB is also called as NoSQL database. It is also called as NoSQL database, where the Cosmos DB can store, guys, the Cosmos DB can store structured and semi-structured. It can store these two kind of data, structured and semi-structured. And apart from this, guys, so likewise you have likewise you have the another one that is called as what's that? Azure Synapse Analytics. Azure Synapse Analytics. Likewise, you have all together, we can say, the storages which you have in Azure is called as what? 90 plus storages. How many? 90 plus storages are there, guys. Totally, we have the 90 plus storages in Azure. Totally, we have what? 90 plus storages in Azure. 90 plus storages in Azure. Okay. That's it, guys. 90 plus storages in Azure. We can have it. So now I will show you where the storages you can get it, how you can see this portal, everything. Now I'll show you guys. So before that, I'll just give you a brief on this. So guys, can you see here? Whenever you wanted to have a subscription, see guys, there will be no installations. There will be no pirated softwares required to be installed, nothing. Only you need to subscribe it. It is just like, you have a OTT. There is nothing but Amazon Prime, Netflix, you have what? You will take the subscription. You will pay and you take the subscription. In the same way, here also you have to take the subscription. That's it. That subscription requires a debit card or a credit card. Anything is working now. Okay. So that anything will you find. But for the initially, for the free subscription, which will be active for 45 days to 2 months. Okay. It will be only, what is it? It will be only 45 days to 2 months. So it will be, okay, 2 rupees, they'll be charging it. Okay. So how to create your subscription? So for that, go on to this azure.com. Go on to the azure.com, www.azure.com. Click on this. So I'm just going ahead, guys. Just have a look on this browser, everyone, so that you will get a clarity on this. So just open a browser. I'm using it, azure.com, azure.com, everyone. Click on the azure.com. Now, guys, can you see this is the portal you have it? Everyone is able to see the portal? Please tell me. Hello?
Yes, Ramesh.
You are able to see the portal?
Yes, yes.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So now, guys, this is the portal you have it. So portal azure.com. So you can click on this, sign in, or you can say click on free account, or you can say getting started, whatever you want. Get started. I'm selecting the get started. Now, can you see here? Get started. When you click on the get started or free account, it will give you start free or pay as you go. Pay as you go means from the day one you have to pay. So my recommendation is you can just go with the start free subscription initially. Later on, anyways, your subscription will be converted to the paid subscription only, because the credits will be provided to you initially. And those credits, once all the credits are consumed, obviously they are going to bill. And for billing, obviously they require a debit or credit card. So they're going to bill it. So anyways, I will tell you what are the Okay, how to consume it and how to, how to make it the cost efficient, everything. Those techniques, anyways, I will show you once we get into this. Okay. So guys, just click on this get started or pay as you go model, whatever you have it. So once you click on this, obviously it will drive you to here and get started. Now, if I say get started, it will directly take me to the login page because already I am signed up. So this is my mail ID. I have signed up already. This is my password. So simply if I click on the sign in now, so it will reroute me back. See here, it will reroute me back. It will sign up. The sign up is completed for me. Okay, the sign up is completed. And can you see it? The sign up is completed. So everything, anyways, the sign up is completed. So this is the way why I have signed up again, just to show you guys. See, this is the debit card or credit card payments, whatever. You just click on this understanding, click on new, and then it will ask you the payment information where you have to provide your payment information, everything. Payment information is the debit card, credit card, whatever you have it. Okay, guys. So all this information you have it. You need to provide it as it is. So that's it. So once it is done, so finally you will be rerouted back to this portal. What's it? Portal.azure.com. What is it? Portal.azure.com. Portal.azure.com. This is the page to which it is rerouted here. Okay, portal.azure.com. Now, once you're there onto the portal.azure.com, guys, what we were discussing, I wanted to show you the storages. So now, guys, we'll go back and see the storages here. Okay, how to see the storages? So for that, this is the portal.azure.com of Azure. Can you see here? See, this Azure Databricks is one service. If you want to learn Azure Data Factory is the another service. Likewise, you have the Synapse. You want Synapse, one more service is there. Likewise, if the service is not available, whichever you wanted, so directly click on this more services. And now, guys, click on this more services and see here. These are some of the storages I'll show you. See, databases are some of the storages. How many? 21 storages are there. Likewise, can you see many storages we have it. So these are all the many storages, out of which some of the storage service we have it, some of the integration service we have it, various kind of services we have it. Okay, these are all the, can you see, integration services. You have all these are the integration services. IoT services are there, Internet of Things services. Okay. Then we have what's it management and governance. Where suppose you wanted to Azure Center for SAP solutions, you want to connect it to the SAP, so you can use it here SAP. Okay, then again, what's that you have it? Various software integrations, or this thing you want, you can just do it here by using this governance and all. Okay, these are all the services provided. Migration, so that means what's that? Database migration service, Azure Data Box. Okay, is one of the migration service you have it. So anyways, we will see all this one after the other. So some of all this we have it. Okay, these are all the services we have it, guys. Okay, so now to begin with the process, what is it we have to do? So guys, here you have it. You can type with the Azure Databricks. So before we start the Databricks, I would like to tell you guys how the structure of Databricks works. Okay, now guys, portal.azure.com. Then afterwards, the second one is what? Portal.azure.com. That's it, guys. Portal.azure.com. Now, guys, once we have done with this, portal.azure.com. So how to start up? So for the starting up, guys, I'm just using it here, everyone. So now, first of all, guys, when you talk about the Azure Databricks, the Azure Databricks is nothing but, guys, the Azure Databricks is nothing but, this is a service which is used to perform the job of ETL. This much you know it, everybody knows it. Okay, so whereas the Azure Databricks consisting of the following, we can say components, or we can say properties. Okay, we can say some properties. Okay, it's better to call it the word as properties. Some of the properties we have it for the Azure Databricks. The first one is called as the resource group. Resource group. So what do you mean resource group, guys? The resource group is nothing but, guys, everybody, resource group is nothing but it is just like a main folder. See here, a main folder means what? Come to the desktop, everyone. Just have a look on the desktop. Open this folder. The folder. So you have a folder with a name called sales, and in this I have a file with a name called sales. Now tell me, this file is dependent on the folder or not? Yes, guys. I have a folder with a name called sales, and I have a file with a name called sales. Okay, leave it. I will open another folder. I have a folder with a name called travel, and I have a file with a name called airlines, countries, and planes. Now tell me, is these files are dependent on travel folder or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, obviously. That means if you delete this travel folder, the even the files which are there into this folder will also be deleted. Am I right or not? This kind of a folder, here we created in Azure Databricks, which we call it as a resource group, which we call it as what's that? Resource group. So we can say that we can have one resource group. Okay, under one resource group you can have what is that? One resource group or more resource group you can have it. It doesn't matter. Okay, suppose why these resource groups are created. So why these resource groups are created? It is just like, suppose you we let us say the DURGASOFT got 1,000 inquiries. So how do they 1,000 inquiries they got it overall on all the courses? How do they divide the students' data? Tell me now. How do they categorize the students' data? They got 1,000 inquiries. Okay. How do they categorize the students? Tell me now. Will they say only students, or they will say ADB students, ADF students, Snowflake students, or we can say, okay, Synapse students? They will differentiate with the course you have joined. Am I right or not? Everyone? See, guys, let's be interactive here. Okay. So now they will be differentiating you based on the course you have joined. Based on the course you have joined. So hence we can say that the resource group is nothing but it is like a the main resource group is nothing but like a main folder which holds the entire process, Whereas, guys, when you talk about the resource group, one resource group can have multiple workspace. Okay, one resource group can have multiple workspace. Means what? Means what? See, guys. DURGASOFT got 1,000 inquiries of the students. Fine. They have categorized the students based on the courses they have inquired. They have categorized the students based on the courses they have inquired. Am I right? Based on the courses they have inquired. Now, guys, based on the courses they have inquired. Now, let us say altogether some 10 courses are there, and these 1,000 students are categorized 100, that is nothing but divided, that is nothing but in a ratio of 100 allocated to 10 different courses. That is, each course inquiry they have got 100. So 1,000 means 10 means what? 1,000. Now, guys, for every course there is an online class. For every course there is an online class. Concentrate, all of you. For every course there is an online class. For every online class you have a different link or same link? Tell me now.
Different links. Yeah.
Very good. You have different link. For ADF you have different link. For ADB you have different link, etc., etc. So now, guys, now this is a link sponsored by whom? link is sponsored by Zoom. Am I right or not? This link is sponsored by Zoom. All of us are being connected at 11:30 every day to learn ADB. All of us are connecting at 11:30 to learn ADB. To learn what is that? ADB. So now guys, so here we have what is that? Separate link will be available for every course. Likewise, here also we can say using a common Zoom link, we all are able to connect it at a time and read and understand and share the knowledge on ADB. Am I right? That means we are going through the class here. That's it. Okay. So in the same way here also, guys, in the same way here also, workspace is like a Zoom link where every workspace, or that means every course will have a different Zoom link. In the same way, every team will have a different workspace. Suppose you have a data scientist is there, data engineer is there, data analyst is there, data or we can say okay, data analyst is there, or we can say the data modeler is there, and even we can say that solution architect is there. 5 of them are there. They wanted to work together. So how 5 workspaces you can provide it to work all of them? To work all of them, you can provide 5 workspaces, different 5 workspaces. That is the thing we have it called as what? Workspace. Workspace is nothing but, for your understanding at this point of time, I can tell you it is at what? Zoom link. That's it. Okay. Every course, different Zoom link. That's it. Now, one workspace can have multiple clusters. You can have multiple clusters. That means every course will have a different link. Every course will have a different link. Okay, every course will have a different link. But every course will also have different batches or not? Is every course is also divided into different batches or not? Or multiple batches or not? Tell me now, guys. Such as you have 11:30. Prior to you, I have 10:30 batch. Prior to 10:30, I have a 9:30 batch. Prior to 9:30, I have 8:30 batches there. Am I right? So I have how many? Somewhere around 4 batches I have it. Let us see. So I have 4 batches. So now these 4 different batches are commonly what? Are we using the same Zoom link, or we can say we can use a different Zoom link? Tell me now. We need to use different Zoom link according to you, guys. We can use the same Zoom link, but timings are different. Na? Am I right or not? Yeah. Timings are different. So we can use the same Zoom link. That's not a problem. So we can say that one Zoom link, that is one workspace, can gather multiple students at different timings and of the different batches, who want to learn the same course. So that is nothing but cluster. Cluster is nothing but, now technically I'm telling you, cluster is nothing but it is a group of machine. Cluster means what? In general, we call it as a server, guys. Have you heard about the server? Server is nothing but a machine. Server is nothing but a machine here. Okay. So group of machines, group of servers working together like a single machine. Group of servers, group of machines working together like a single machine is called as a cluster. Is called as, what is that? Cluster. Is called as a cluster. That means here also various group batches, various batches students belongs to ADB is using the same link. Getting my point? I'm giving a meaningful sentence now. That is nothing but various batches of students of ADB are using the same Zoom link at different timings to connect, to learn what? A common subject called ADB. Am I right or not? Commonly, we all have joined at various different timings only to learn the ADB. Am I right or not, guys? So in the same way here, what we can say is the workspace is just like, okay, a workspace is just like, what is that? The Zoom link, and cluster is just like multiple batches. So we can have, what's that? In one Zoom link, we can have many batches. So in the same way, one workspace can have many clusters. Okay, many clusters, where each cluster have 2 machines here. What is that? Master machine and worker machine. worker machine. So we can say master machine instead of machine. I'm using the word called node, N-O-D-E. I'm using the word called node. So now guys, master node and worker node. Now tell me, in the same Zoom link, you and me all are connected. Who is the host now? Tell me. Guys, who is the host? Who is controlling this session right now? Tell me. Yes?
DURGASOFT, sir.
DURGASOFT is controlling the session right now. Am I right or not? So we can say that DURGASOFT is the master. DURGASOFT is holding the, or we can say DURGASOFT is the master machine or not. Can we say like that?
Yes, sir.
And we all are students. That's it. So that means this entire thing is sorry. This entire thing is controlled by the DURGASOFT. So we can say that master machine and the worker machine. Master machine and the worker machine. So we can say master node or worker node. Master node or worker node. Master node controls the session and worker node works on the direction of the master node. That is, these two machines together, all of you, these two machines together is called as what? Cluster. These two machines together is called as what, guys? Cluster. It is called as what? Cluster. That's it. Clear, everyone? It is called as a cluster. Now, guys, finally, ultimately, and at the end, I can say you here, one single cluster is the collection of notebook. Notebook means what? Tell me now. Notebook is a collection of notebook. Notebook means what? Notebook is a user interface book where we write all the code. It's a user interface book where we write all the code. It's a user interface book where we write all the code here. So using the language called Scala, using the language called R, using the language called Python, and using the language called SQL. Getting my point? All this is we can use it here. That's it, guys. Scala, R, Python, and SQL. That's it. So using all this, we write it on the notebook. So this is the structure. One resource group can have multiple workspace. One workspace can have multiple clusters. One cluster can have multiple notebooks. That's it. One-to-many relationship, you'll have it here. Just go back, everyone. Now, guys, see, I'm just creating the basic structure so that you get the time to practice and start the session. Now, guys, can you see this is portal.azure.com and go on to this Azure Databricks, or you can click on the resource group. First of all, create the resource group. Click on this. Click on the create blade. And now, guys, create a resource group. Any name you can give it. So I'm giving the name as what? ADB first session. There is no restriction for any naming convention. You can use the combination of character and numeric. Review means it will go and check globally whether you have any resource group with this given name or not. If not, click on the create. So now the resource group is ready. Now fine, guys, open one more tab. Now, guys, open this portal.azure.com. Again, I'm opening, guys, everyone. Portal.azure.com. That's it. Now start the Azure Databricks. Can you see here? Start the Azure Databricks. Open this. Now click on the create blade. This is called as a create blade. Select the resource group as it is. Okay, whichever you have created here, now select the resource group. And now, guys, click on the workspace. And now give your own name. So I'm giving the name as DURGASOFT workspace. Leave it as it is. And it is created under the central US region. Okay. And pricing tier is the premium, because mine is a pay-as-you-go model. So hence it is using the premium model. So anyways, leave it as it is. That's not a problem. So click on the review plus create. See, it will check whether you have any resource groups, or we can say the workspaces created with this given name or not. If not, it will create it now. Review validation successful. Now click on the create. That's it, guys. Everyone, see, now it is created finally. This will take 2 minutes time. You need not worry on this. This will take at least 2 to 3 minutes. You need not panic on this. So this will take. So just keep on refreshing to make the process bit faster rather than the as usual process. Okay, guys. So now see here, refresh it. I'm just refreshing it off. So to make the process faster, nothing else. There is no lacuna behind, refreshing this matter. Let's just click on this, guys, everyone. Sorry. So now, guys, I'm just 2 minutes. It will be created. 2 to 3 minutes. You have to wait, guys, for creation of. Just I wanted to show you the structure so that in the next class we can begin with the process. Okay. So that's it, guys. So here we have it. So refresh it once more if it is not happening. Try to refresh it more faster. So it's being prepared. Generally, this will take 3 to 5 minutes time. The time given by this, the Azure itself. So just a minute, guys. Just wait here. Now it's ready. So click on the go to resource. Now your workspace is ready, guys. Perfectly fine. Your workspace is ready. Now here you have under the workspace. Can you see here? You have what is that? You have all documentations. These are the documentations you have it. You have documentation, getting started, imported data, all documentation. There's nothing else. Now click on launch workspace. Launch means start the workspace. So a workspace is like a big pool, guys, where multiple users can work together here. That means what? Workspace is like a Zoom link, a common Zoom link. Many, students can join it. There is no limits. So that's it. It's creating up. It's launching. Launching will happen in very fast. It's not this thing. Now, guys, finally see here. It's done. So click on the finish. That's it, guys. And now that's it, guys. So this is the structure you have it. Now, guys, what is it you have it? So finally, once you have created the workspace, what is the next thing you have? Tell me now. Here you have a cluster. So let's create the cluster here. How to create the cluster? Today we'll not discuss much into detail about the cluster, but in the next coming sessions, I'll explain you. So go to the compute from the left to click on this compute. Sidebar, click on the compute. And now, guys, compute means cluster only. And now, guys, click on the, by default, you have a cluster types as all purpose, job, pools, and policies are there. So we will discuss this one after the other, don't worry. Initially, so just click on this cluster, create compute. So I'm creating the cluster now. So guys, the cluster I'm creating it. So you can provide your own name here for the cluster. So for providing my own name, so you can just click on UI preview and disable this. And now you can provide your own name. So I'm giving the name here as something, okay, cluster ADB first session. Any name you can use, it doesn't matter. That's it, guys. And these are all some values you have it. So cluster mode is a standard, Databricks runtime. We will discuss it one after the other. Now I don't want to confuse you guys. Simply everything is normal. So can you see here? Worker mode, worker type. Worker means what? Worker machine. And driver machine is same like worker only. Same like a worker only. This is the version of the worker, and minimum worker is 2 and maximum worker is 8. That means between 2 and 8, whatever you have, it will radiate and choose it automatically. And same as a worker, only one driver will be there. There will be not more than one driver, guys. That's it. Click on the create. Simple. The cluster is being prepared now. So this cluster creation will also take 2 to 3 minutes, more time than even the workspace. And finally, guys, on a workspace, you can create, what is that? Finally, on the workspace, guys, you can create, what is that? Notebooks. Now, I'll tell you how to create a notebook. Simple. Click on this new sidebar, notebook. But notebook has to be created upon a cluster. The cluster is not yet created. So I'm using the sample notebook. Sample notebook and click on the create. Even if you create it, this will see. Once of the cluster is ready, then only it will create the notebook. It will not create till then. So let us wait for it. Wait, it's happening. Still it is creating, guys. Just a minute. So let's okay. This is the ADB session. You have it. So even if you click on the create, it will create only after the cluster is created. So we have to. It's better to wait. Okay. Or see here. I've just the cluster. I'm preparing it. This is a user-defined cluster. See, it took almost all 1 minute 30 seconds, something and odd. Now it's ready, guys. Right mark means ready. It's ready. Now click on this new notebook. Now give it a sample notebook. On the same cluster you wanted to create. See, this is the cluster. Click on the create. That's it, guys. Finish. This is the thing we have it. So, guys, this is the notebook you have it. So we can run in 4 languages. I told you now. Can you see it? These are called as cells. Cell 1, cell 2, cell 3, cell 4. Here, cell 1 is in Python. Cell 2, SQL. Cell 3, Scala. And cell 4, I can run it in R. See how many languages I'm writing it here. Python, R, Scala, SQL. Getting my point, everyone? Hello? Yes, guys, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
So this is how
Yes, sir.
yeah. So that's it, guys. So exactly this is how it works. So and rest of the things, and we'll start with the rest of practical part, how to do the things practically, how to use it. Okay, in the next class, that is on Monday. Tomorrow, anyways, you will not have the class. Tomorrow, day after. Monday, the same time, we'll connect it. Okay, using the same link, there will be no change in the link. Same link, we'll connect it on Monday. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and ask me, please. Now,
Sir, good morning, sir. What are the prerequisites of this course, sir?
basically, you don't require the prerequisites because everything we are going to learn from the scratch level only. Okay. If
What
you
is
have
the,
prior knowledge, then it's fine. If not, you have to work hard. That's the only thing.
what is the main use of this one, sir? Azure Databricks usage.
Azure Databricks is basically an extraction, transformation, loading, data summarization tool.
No, sir. I joined late. That's why I'm only.
See, I'll tell you just a minute. See here, I have it. Suppose I have it a sales information. I have it here like this. So I have a sales data. Sales data I'm having. Product ID is there. Product quantity is there. Product quantity sold. That means on this particular day, how much quantity sold is here, like this. And now then I have a date of sales. DOS is there. Date of sales. Now, see here, I have what is that? 12 is a product ID. Product quantity sold is a 10 pieces. And date of sales is today's date. What is the date you have it? 07 04 2023. Sorry, 2023. And now, guys, in the same way, I have one more. What is that? Rate. So let's talk about the rate here. So, guys, when you talk about the rate, so let's say rate is 100 rupees per piece, you can say. Now, tell me, if now the supermarket wanted to know, okay, in the same way, I have some 2 to 3 products data is there. So instead of this, let us say it here. They have some 3 products is there. So instead of this, I have a 10 product ID, and here I have a 11 as a product ID, and here you have a 10. Okay, it is. Let us make it as 20, and let us make it as 10 as it is. And here let us make it as 200. Let us make it as 300. That's it now. Okay. So now they wanted this. Now the management of this supermarket wanted to know what is the exact sales amount, net sales amount they got it. So for that, what is it we require? If you want the net sales amount, if you want the net sales amount, okay, if you want the net sales amount, you will need to perform some arithmetic operations on the data or not? Yes. So that particular arithmetic operations is a part of transformation. Whereas pulling in the data is called as extraction. Extraction means what? I don't require the product ID. I don't require the product ID, but I require the product quantity sold, rate, and date of sale. These 3 columns are required after 4 columns of the table. So I can say this part of choosing the columns is called as the part of extraction. Is called as a part of what's that? Extraction. It is called as a part of what? Extraction of data. That is E. And then you have a transformation. T means what? Transformation. Transformation means what? Performing the arithmetic operation. That means, see, quantity sold is 10, and rate is 100 rupees. 10 into 100 is what? Tell me now. 10 into 100 is what? 1000. Now, so I can say 1000 like this. And now 20 into 200 means what? 4000. Am I right? Hello, 4000. That's it. And 100, 3000. Tell me. Now, guys, finally, this is called as transformation. I'm performing some arithmetic operations and calculations on the data. And finally, we have loading. That is called as L. So L, what we do here in the loading, guys, what we do is finally I load the data. as like this: net sales amount, and this net sales amount, calculate the sum here. 5,000, 8,000. So I can say the net sales amount is 8,000, and the date of sales here I can say DOS. That means date of sales. The date of sales is okay. I have a 07 07/04/2023. That's it. Can you see it? The 3 lines data I have cut short into how many lines now? Only 1 line. This is how the process of extraction, transformation, and loading will be done. And this will be done basically based on the data. That means you will have on-premises and cloud. Cloud is nothing but basically overallly I can say you have it. Google Drive is there now. You store the data. That is your cloud. Mobile is there. You have some data in your mobile phone. That is called as what? On-premises data. That's it. So move the data from your mobile phone to your cloud environment. We are going to use the ETL here. That's it. For understanding in broad, I'm telling you, it's not exact one. Okay. To move the data from your mobile phone inbuilt memory to your Google Drive, we are using what? ETL here, extraction, transformation, and loading. For that, we are using what? ADB as a service. ADB as a service. Okay. That's it, guys. So with this, so are you clear with this? Somebody?
Yeah, clear, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, that's it. Okay. So we'll meet again everyone on Monday at
So
11.
which one we are going to cover in this one, sir? Scala or PySpark?
PySpark.
You are telling the complete PySpark, sir?
Yes. Not the complete one, which is required up to the extent.
Okay, okay. So we do you require any pre-knowledge on the Python, sir?
If you have it, it's better. If not, you can learn it. That's not a problem.
Okay, okay. Great.
Because anyways, we'll start the coding from the basic level now, so you'll not be that much issue. Yeah.
Sir, can I learn ADF also parallelly?
Definitely, you can learn ADF also parallelly. That is basically a graphical user, and this is a character user. That's the only thing we have it.
Sir, are you providing any material or only class notes only, sir?
Material is for ADF. ADB, you may get it in the next 1 to 2 months.
Okay.
Material will be given to you, but ADF, you have material readily available. For ADB, I'm just preparing now material. So in 1 month, at least 1 month, it will take to arrange the material.
So in this batch, we will get the, sir, or
No, not only you, even the previous batch people are going to get this material once it is prepared.
okay, great.
Okay,
Okay, sir, great. Thank you, sir.
Thank
Sir,
you.
ADF batch timing 7:30 na morning.
Morning 7:30 is ADF.
7:30, 1 hour, sir, 1.5 hour.
1 hour only. 7:30, from 7:30 till 8:30.
8:30. This one 11:30 to 12:30, sir.
That's it.
Okay. Course duration 2 months, sir.
2 months. 2 months, 2 months, 10 days, 5 days a week you will have it.
Okay. How many, sir, if you don't mind, one question.
Pardon me?
Make it as a fake experience for this after learning this one.
Everybody's putting up what's strange in it.
No, sir. We are not fresher now. We have the opportunities for a 3 years gap is there. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, you can put it. That's not a problem. But you cannot put beyond 2018.
2018.
It's a deadline. So beyond that, you can't, because you don't have a version for that in Azure.
But Azure introducing before 2008, after 2018, sir. That's why.
No. We had Azure since very long, but actually the version they have released,
Okay.
this update, this current version we are using it, they have released in 2018.
Okay. Yeah, 2 years is enough now, sir. Experience.
1 year is also working, guys. No, don't require to put up 2 years.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you, guys, everyone. We'll meet again Monday. Thank you. Bye bye.